Let's see what this means to do.
Welcome to Facebook.
We gotta watch that movie as a stream. Social Network is so funny. Doing coding battles to see who gets into Facebook. All right. You know what time it is. Welcome one, welcome all back to the study session. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mr. Tim. Mr. Tim. How's it going, Mr. Tim? I don't really like this one. Let's get a different song. All right. Tied up 1-1, huh? Is it 2-1 or 1-1, Tim? Eduardo? What's the score today? Or what's the overall? Okay, let's go get... Okay, let's go here. Use our back end. Unicorn. All right. So yesterday we left off on building our actual front end for the the home page here, right? Okay, so we need to set up routes to these pages, right? And then I'm gonna also, okay, let's go here. App. So we have route, layout, router, routes, route. So in the logo image itself, what if I go here and say import route router routes browser router. Just gonna take this. let's think about it. Okay, let's go to our AbsorbSim main here. This is absorption plot. No, we want to go to our AbsorbSim page. Okay, so we want to put in here, we need to going to go import we already are right, we already are importing the no, not AbsorbSim page. We want to go to our home page here. Okay, and we are importing already our logo image here. So this is a logo image right here. So can I also apply a route equals to quote slash, if I go to my app here, I'm gonna ask, I'm interested, how do I use React router to route pages outside of the nav? Okay, so let's go like this. Hold on. So home, and then our logo image. Oh, what the heck? You guys can't see my screen this whole time? My fault, guys. Ugh. I'm trolling, my bad. Oh my gosh. Alright, we got it fixed. There we go. Okay, so logo image. Okay, so then I'm going to say maybe not route, we'll say on click equals to this will be for route sim. So let's go into our logo image and we'll pass in a on click equals to props on click. So route AbsorbSim. Yeah. So we'll come up here. We'll say const route absorb sim. we say function rather, or const. Let's see here. So where constant over const, okay. So how can I do this? Okay, so if they click on this logo image, they're going to go to so then if I say route absorb sim,
Tim says next stop, stock market sim.
stock market sim. Simulators galore, huh? Okay, so we're gonna say, let's go to our home page, or our app here. We say router routes route path element. It goes like router routes route, or this one, element absorb sim. Router is not defined. Over here. Check this out. Route that. What do you say? Is it blank? You do the what's the blank? Open or on click path method. Here you say route absorb sim. Router routes route. routers already defined here. Okay, so we just need to say route. So we'll say we need to go router. Just routes. Import routes. Route. That goes there. My app.jsx already has this. I just am making an image that is clickable to go there as well on the home page. Okay, so actually we need to go import link, right? Okay, so then we'll say, I guess we don't even need this function. We'll say on click, or we'll say, no, here we'll go logo image. And so in our logo image here, I'll import the link here. And then we have a div here. I'm gonna open this, say this is gonna be the link. We're gonna take our image, put here. Okay. So then inside of our link, we'll say to quote / absorb sim. There we go. Now we got it. So we'll say 2 is going to be props.path. Okay. So now we go into our home here. We can remove this altogether. Remove this. Remove this. Then I say logo image source path equals to absorb sim home / absorb sim. There we go. So on the logo image itself, right, we can provide here hover I say width becomes 160 pixels on hover. I'll say transition resizing this whole div container. Interesting. Okay, so let's say hover. Let's go grab some of our shadow effects by our buttons. Compound search button here. Now that has a little bit of a shadow effect on it. It's pretty hard to see, but it's there. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say, what are some other effects I can do on hover for this component? Cursor pointer, duration 500, transform, hover, says scale 105. Ah, that looks really good. There we go. That's what I wanted to do, scale. Oh, that looks awesome. Woo! Okay. Scale 105. We're going to say, so it wants me to also say hover rotate. What does this one do? Rotate 1, okay. Oh, a little bit like a rotate. What if I say 10 here? Oh, big time rotate.
Says hi.
Well, we can make it like wiggle with some keyframes, like when you select one.
Says hi.
How's it going? Welcome, dude. TTS cannot.
Says hi.
I get you. I'm saying hi. Hello, hello, hello. Chill.
Says hello.
Chill. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take off the
Says
rotate.
hello, hi.
Bruh. Got a high bot. It also wants me to apply, it says... Okay, so it says... Oh, okay, you can do color stuff too, which is cool. So watch this. Whoa! Look at that. Okay, transition all applies it to everything. Okay, cool. Use it and out. But you can also do this. You can apply a grayscale, and we can play, say, gray scale. This is cool. We can hover, and then reset it to 0. That's a good idea. Whoa! Let's go. That looks so good. Nice. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna make the trans duration, let's say 250. A little bit faster. There we go. Scale, I'm gonna say 110. I can make it a little bit bigger. 108. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Ah, this is fun. Okay, now it says you can also apply a hover ring for. Oh. Then you can say hover ring blue. No, whoa! That looks cool. Okay, I probably would say cyan. Probably say like 500 here. Oh, nice. What about on our here? Let's go. What's the color? What's this color on our button? Cyan 700. Okay, we'll do that one. Nice, that looks good. Okay, that looks awesome. Woo! I'm happy with that. So now you can click it and you go to that page. Okay. That looks so good. That looks really good. So I'm going to take these stylings and I'm going to apply them to the the coming soon logo image as well.
Nap flash says red green blue alpha 255 200,000 200 255.
Nice, that looks good. Well, should I make it not be able to hover if it's coming soon? Yeah, I think so, actually. So I'm actually gonna not do this. There you go, because it's not available, so you can hover on that one. Nice, okay, so now if we go home, we have here, this is the div, let's apply a gap here, 4. Okay, what I'm going to do is we have a logo image. So I'm going to take this as well. I'm going to put this onto the logo image here. I'm going to say this is also going to be a link. I'm going to say to props.path. have to wrap this in a fragment, like such. There we go. Nice. Now you can click on the words too. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some effects to this guy. Hover, cursor, pointer. I'm going to take these guys. I'm going to take, don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. So I will actually go like this. Keep the grayscales, take this out. Do text, slate, 400, 500, 800, 400. And we're gonna go hover. Slate 200 back to default.
Napiflash says Copilot or Stack Overflow.
I don't use either. I usually just throw my questions in the Jibbity and then build stuff kind of on my own here. If I have questions, I'll get help, but yeah. All right, that looks really good. So what happens if I go? So I have features card here. Why doesn't this like work half the time on these imports? Over here, I can say import card. Okay, so now if I say I want to throw all this into a card, okay, so now let's go style this card.
Napiflash says bless you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, width fit. Rounded, padding 3, I'll say padding is gonna be 6. Background. Blue. so slate 800, I'll say slate 700. 600. 800. Okay. Rounded. Adding background, shadow. Okay, so now children in there. So I'll say flex, column, items, center, justify, center, gap, 4. Nice. So what I'll do is I'll come here. What I'll do is I'll go logo image. So let me actually do this. Let me make this flex row. And then what I'll do is go here to home page. Or here, not on logo image. I'm going to remove the card here. An idea. Take this out, put this onto home. And then we're going to put the card here. That is for this area. Okay, like this. That here. Interesting. So if I go, say, border here. If I say border here, or around, okay, I got you. If I say border here, it's around the logo image. Which I'm doing in there, so I don't need this anymore. And I'm going to apply a, this is going to be a logo image, props, label, I'll go label is equal to absorb sim. There we go. See now.
Flash says you ever see programmers are also human?
What? So why is the card being stretched? I already have border on here. Why isn't it showing now? That was it. Okay. And border here is around the logo image. Which we don't need. Flex row border. So if I add another one of these here, okay, flex row with okay. Now hold on, let me go flip into the logo image. This div here. Okay, so we need to put this into an overarching div. This div and this div go into, and then we have class name flex column, justify center items center. There we go. Now on home, right here with a gap of 10 in between, I can make this 12. 16.
Abdul says, I struggle sometimes to get a project started, and when I do, I feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's normal, dude. Do you have any like questions or
Did you
something?
set up goals and milestones or just go for it?
I usually have like some features that I would like to implement for that day, or some things I'm like curious to like, you know, get started on, or but a lot of it as I get going and sit down, like I'll try it, I'll just do something, and then that'll put me on to a tangent of another feature, to a tangent of another feature. So I kind of like to just hop, and it's not the best organization because sometimes I can start adding on features before I finish them, but it helps me like this whole card thing. I wasn't gonna do this before, and now I threw this on here, and it looks pretty good so far. Like to resemble these, like an area for this actual section break almost. Okay, so what if I say on this div? So we're gonna say the width on this is going to be 75%. Why does it do that? What if I say full here? Because here, flex border, which is this guy, flag, item center, justify center, width full, so it's pushing that out. So then we have a card here, which has width of fit. So if I put card to a width of full here rather than fit, now it'll stretch out the extent. Got you. So now if I take off this border, and I also take off this border, and I say justify around. Evenly. Nice. So if I say this width is going to be no, because the card is fitting. So what if I say the card? If I say half here, what if I say 75%? Okay, I like that a bit better. And we'll say width. We'll say large. Width is going to be 50%. I'll say 50, 60%. There we go. It's a pretty smooth transition. Actually, you know what? Nah, I don't really like that. So width, let me fit. I'm gonna apply a card to every logo image that I create. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is on the card, I'll call this logo image. Or actually, logo image. Let's go card from card. I'm going to open up a, this is flex. This is this div here. Flex column. Okay, so what we're going to do is put a card here. Okay. So now I go home and take off this card. Okay. So logo image gets a card now. And then on hover of the card, pointer, transform, scale 108. I'm going to take basically this entire class name, apply it here, but take off this. If I take off the shadows. Hold on. No, we want to do it to actual card itself.
Mooch says, are you finding that Tailwind CSS is much nicer to use than plain CSS?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely feeling that. No doubt. Okay, so the color, I'm not gonna have grayscale on here, so fit, rounded large, padding 6, background slate, hover, cursor pointer, transform, over 108, it's bigger good, transition duration, shadowed, all. I'm gonna turn off the grayscale. Then, right. And this gets the read, so I'm gonna take off that. Okay.
Westerns88 says, I'm learning SQLR and hopefully Python after.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. How you like it so far? I want to go on the logo image. Let me take these down. Okay, so transform scale 4. I might just do this. Take the div, delete the card, just put the div in. So I don't want to have to.
Westerns88 says SQL is quite easy at least. I want to do data analysis work.
No, never mind. Okay, so then let me. How to have on hover inherit from parent when the parent group group hover. Okay, so on the card I'll say I'm going to put a group on the card. So then on the logo image, so if I say group hover, there you go. And I say group hover. Okay, and then I put a group hover, group hover, group hover, group hover.
Keep says, hey Mike.
Hey, how's it going, dude? I appreciate you for jumping in. Keep cool. What you learning today? Okay, that looks good. Now let me make that.
It says, are you trying to become a full stack dev or machine learning dev?
I don't know. We're just building projects for right now, having fun. So I'm not really too worried about titles or whatnot. We're just building stuff to have fun, and if I don't have fun, I'm not going to build it. So that's kind of all I'm really worried about at the moment. What about you? What do you like building? Okay, so we have here, I'm going to give a gap of 4. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to apply the group hover to this. There we go. Nice, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to make this like a cyan 500, just so it's like offset a little bit. Let's say 300. Alright, I might get rid of this ring altogether. Let's say ring 2, and we'll set it to the same cut. Actually, let's go back 700. Ring 2, make it a little bit thinner. There we go. I like that. Yeah, that looks really good.
Says sad day, bro. My laptop is gone like totally bye-bye. Just trying to see what I can do right now. But your project is totally cool, not gonna lie. Did you do CS50 web?
No, I did CS50X. I've been self-teaching myself web this whole time though. So this is pretty much React, and this is all pretty much self-taught for web stuff. Right here on the stream. Okay, so AbsorbSim. So let me just quickly make this a link then. So this is going to be... Okay, I'm going to remove then this link object. This isn't going to be a link, just an H1. And then this also isn't going to be a link, because the whole image, the whole thing itself is going to be a link. Right, and we'll say link
Keith says, oh, that's
to...
crazy. Your growth has been crazy these past months. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's been awesome, huh? We've been growing a lot. Hey, there we go. Nice. Okay, so now we have this cool like universal logo image card setup that we can use to, which has this nice kind of effect going on to kind of go to that section of our page, which looks really nice, I think. What do you guys think about that so far? That looks awesome.
Capital W.
That looks so good, I think. So are we doing any hovers without a group though? Transform, group hover, ease in and out, text sleep 400.
West Aaron's 88 says, ah, very nice.
Yeah, that looks really good. Woo! Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I have to, this coming soon logo though, oh, crap. So I want to, the coming soon though, we just want to throw the card on there. Okay, so let's just do card. So the coming soon logo, what we'll do is we'll just throw
says, what's up?
the card. How's it going, man? What's going on? What you working on today? What you working on today? Okay, so that gives, so then let's go here, go to home. We have logo image. Let's do coming soon logo image. Props.text. Wait, so card is not identified. Coming soon logo image. There we go. Okay, so then what we'll do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to say what do we want to say? Props.text is coming soon. Okay, so then that's the, this is the div, the paragraph is inside of. So then I need to go here and do an h1, and then go here and do a div here. This is going to be props dot text, and then here we're going to stick that inside of here, and then we're going to say here on our logo image, I'm going to take the h1, this class name here. There we go.
Keep says, how much lead code have you done recently?
Let's go check. I need to do more for you guys, but I like to work. I've been working on this project the past couple of weeks pretty religiously every day, grinding away at it. Because this project's gonna be my ticket into an interview. I think, like getting past a recruiter. But I've solved 72 problems. Okay, what I'm actually going to do, let's just do this. I'm being dumb. Let's just go to my logo image. This is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go into home. I'm going to make a duplicate logo image, but for the source is going to be no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my logo image and take all of this over here to my coming soon. Okay, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to take the link out, I'm going to make okay, So if I get rid of this, okay. On my home page, let me add in a coming soon logo image. Okay. I'm gonna give it a, it's not gonna have an image source. So this is coming soon. So I'll give it background color of white.
Minicode says, are you earning money in YouTube and how much are you earn?
Pennies. I earn nothing on YouTube, man. Literally, like pennies a stream. It's all good. It's not what it's about. I'm here to. The real value is in what I'm doing here, learning, getting practice, and then making connections with you guys. That's what I have fun doing. Stop text. Go here. Coming soon. Logo image. Label is equal to coming soon. There we go. So then I go logo image here. Prop style label. Why is that not in the div? Oh, hold on. So I'll go text. Files. Flex. Text flex. So on this div that houses it, I might have to put this. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to take off the I'm going to take off the cursor pointer because it's not clickable. Oh, the card has a cursor.
Can center a div. Minicode says, y'all got 2.3k subscribers and YouTube is already showing ads on your videos, right? I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel myself. What do you think about it?
Yeah, so YouTube, it's kind of annoying for like small creators, but it really doesn't, it's annoying, but it really actually doesn't really mean much now that I've come to learn, because small creators really don't make hardly anything. Like I said, pennies on pennies. So once I hit 1,000 subscribers or 500 subscribers, I unlocked the ability to have like memberships and supers and stuff like that, which I don't really vibe with that much. I mean, I have the supers enabled, but I don't really push those because YouTube and iTunes, YouTube takes a huge cut, and then iTunes, if you do it through the app, also takes a huge cut. So sometimes you guys will get hit with like not a fee, but it's like a baked in fee that like if let's say you donate 5, like I might, if you do it through the app store, like I might get like 2 of the 5. So like that's like 50%, over 50% loss. So, and that's not like a huge deal. Like it's not like I don't care. But like in terms of you guys and your guys' donations and stuff, I wouldn't want your guys' money going towards like a giant corporation. You guys are trying to have it go to creator, whoever that creator may be. So that's why I don't really push those. I think it's kind of like unethical, in my opinion. But no, so once you hit 1,000 subscribers, you unlock the ability to apply for monetization, but you have to have 4,000 watch hours. So that's really the kicker, is that I already had 1,000 subscribers, but the watch hours is, so like every day I would gain about 10 to 20 watch hours just on my stream. So it took me, I had to get up to 4,000 watch hours before I was able to apply. But like I said, is you have to get hundreds of watch hours, and you have a cost per million CPM rate or whatever. And small streams and YouTube channels, it really is not the juice on YouTube. Okay, coming soon. Okay, so let's just do this then. So if I say hover cursor pointer, remove that. There we go. So now it'll hover because those things have it, but that one doesn't. Okay. So logo image, this has the div itself. So I'll take this off and I'll apply this here. And then I'll say take this off here. Okay, now it should all work. There we go. Okay, good. Now that one's not clickable. Good. It's coming soon. That one is clickable, so you can go to it. Nice. Okay, so let's go back to our home page. I'm going to remove that, put that there. Spectroscopy simplified. I'm going to make this a bold. Maybe not. Spectroscopy simplified. I'm gonna make this
Minicode says, are you trying to develop a micro sauce?
I don't know what a sauce is. I got that sauce though. Right, Tim? Right, Tim? Okay. Spectroscopy simplified. Nice. That looks really good. Okay, so that's a little good start for our homepage. I think something else that we want on our homepage is a link to the GitHub repo that this is currently being hosted on. So we might make like a little footer section, or a section, yeah, probably a footer section here for that. So, right, so let's see what we got here. We have a div section here for this text.
Keep says, sauce is like selling a software.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think we're quite there yet.
Minicode says, micro sauce refers to a smaller version of a software as a service. Sauce, business, focusing on solving specific problems for a niche market instead of a broad one. Keep says, like mini software and people pay for your service. Minicode says yes.
Interesting. Interesting. That looks really good. I can't stop looking at that. Woo! I like that a lot. Okay. So then, what we'll do, we got to have the italic text here. Now we're a real tech company, right? If we have the italicized text on our page, then we're a tech company, right? Spectroscopy simplified. All right. Next up,
says, but hey, keep pushing these projects. Your GitHub mic, these are great stuff.
So if I add a bunch of these,
says, where'd you get the idea?
We can have a bunch of simulators.
Keep says,
that's good.
For this project.
I just made it up, but I posted in my Discord here. If you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure you guys join the Discord link down below to get access to all my resources, community events like a potential whackathon that we're going to host for a community hackathon and other things. But I posted this. Dude, look what I found last night. I found this last night. Someone has something so similar. This looks cool. This looks real cool too. I like how they have theirs laid out here. Hey, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Hey, we got the Twitch things on. So look at this. They have literally what we got here. But this looks so cool. Oh, I'm kind of jealous. Theirs is more, they have these custom parameters. So theirs is absorption custom based. So they're not pulling, they are pulling from a series of data here. But it looks like you can customize stuff. And add it to the plot. So this is like really interesting. Like it's got a scale thing. Like holy cow. I'm quite jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Quite jealous. Because this is ours. I mean, ours, I think it has like a different, definitely a different aesthetic and feel to it, but theirs is so cool.
Says, what is your age?
I'm 26. Yeah, I'm jelly for sure. Someone has something so similar to ours. So this guy, the guy that created this.
Says yours look better though.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. So the guy that made this, he's a Stanford PhD. Let's see, where is he? Where is he? He's not even following his own project. I saw him on LinkedIn. But yeah, I'm quite jealous. They have like all these different types. So yeah.
Minicode says any college degree in CS.
No, I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry. I graduated back in 2021. I have a here, I'll show you. This is my website. We built this with React and just HTML and raw CSS, not Tailwind. But I got a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry from Utah State. I work as a formulation chemist right now for Thermo Fisher, where I make biological controls that are used to like in patient diagnostics and research. Niche diagnostics is the branch, and then I worked. I guess I had a job I currently do for Birdie Rose Clothes as their software engineer contractor, where we made live on stream their entire business kind of suite, I guess, for managing their inventory expenses and transactions, both via return and original sale, with the auto generation of annual income statements and balance sheets with double entry accounting. So it completely automates their whole business sale process and logging system. And we wrote that live on the channel using Python and Tkinter as the graphic interface for it. You can look at that project here. All right, welcome back everybody to my channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Today marks a special day as this is that window here for that I wrote for them. Yeah, pretty cool. And then I got my communities here, so you can go to my website here if you want to get access. It's pretty cool. It's just a basic little site. I gotta do a blog post though. But yeah, we found this guy's SpectroPlot, which is so similar to SpectroSim. I was like, oh, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, no way. But it's cool though because I was talking to the creator on LinkedIn, and he's a Stanford PhD. Right? So he's a Stanford PhD, and there's a couple other Stanford researchers that are also a part of the project. So I'm curious. I'm wondering if I can finish SpectroSim, and I can just shoot him a message on LinkedIn and be like, "Yo, random, you don't know me, but by coincidence, I built something very similar to your SpectroPlot, and I'll link him my SpectroSim and my ChromaPlot projects, and see what he says. And he maybe can give me some feedback, or maybe he can, you never know. So I'll shoot him a message after I finish it and be like, yo, I made something very similar to your current ongoing project.
That's a different color theme.
Right? All right.
Minicode says use windsurf for coding.
All right, let's keep going here. All right, that looks good.
Keep says Stanford PhD is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I always thought. I was like, oh my gosh. All right, that looks good.
Bro, keep it up. Good connections.
Well, I haven't connected yet. We'll see. I'll message him once I finish the project, and we'll see what he says here. Okay, this is center justify width full. So this is for. So if I say border here, that's around all of that. Okay, good. So then, that's gonna go actually on here, simulator logo section area. So then this div, and then this is for this inner. So I wonder if I actually just removed that and that. Okay, cool. So I actually don't need that div. Okay, nice. So then what we'll do is we have a section below here. This is going to be our footer section, right? Where we're gonna have a div. We'll have a div inside of this. So we want to have. I don't even know. Like, obviously a link to the GitHub. I don't even know how to style this part. We'll have to think about it.
William says, hey buddy.
Hey, how's it going, dude? How's it going, my friend? Let's add a pad here of like 4. Here we go. Okay, so this is our footer sections. This is gonna have like links to the GitHub. And like some copyright stuff and things like that. Let's ask the AI, let's say, what kind of information goes in a page footer?
Keep says, yo Mike, I'm off to bed. It's 1 a.m. here.
Oh, no worries, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. I stream every single day around 7 p.m. PST after my 9-to-5 job. So if you guys are wanting to connect, make sure you guys join my Discord and subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow along on Twitch, where we can connect in the future and keep this going. This is a lot of fun meeting with you guys and hanging out. I have a lot of fun. Yeah, so thanks for coming in, dude.
He'll see you in the next live.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming in, dude. Make sure you subscribe and thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow, man. Have a good night. Good night, man. Okay. So then footer section. So quick access navigation links. I don't want to put another nav on the bottom. Right? That'd be kind of silly.
Keep says, you too. William says, is it a full stack project?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome in. So let's do this. Let's make a footer. Right? And then inside of our footer, let's do a paragraph. Okay, and then I like this. This says copyright
William
2025.
says, I checked one of your lives before when you were learning Python.
Powered by PubChem. I like that. Copyright symbol. That looks cool. Okay, so then if I don't really know what goes in a footer. Okay, so let's give it so it's saying like you can put links. So let's do links here. Let's go to our import link from React Router down. Let's make some links here where it's going to be a I'm going to say to quote slash about, and we're going to say about. Okay, and then I'm going to go class name equals to, I'm going to say hover underline. Okay, nice. So the thing is if I'm going to put these into a div container though. Right, so we'll make these links go into a div here. Okay, I'll bring these down. We'll say about. This is going to be a sim. Right, and so here we're going to give a class name equal to. It's suggesting me to do just some basic flex, justify center, space in the X direction of like 4 and margin top of 2. So say home, about. This is say home. Oh, so this is just going to say slash back to the root. Okay, good. So now let me go like this. Let me make a new component here called in our features called footer.jsx. And then what we're going to do is we'll go to here. I'm going to take this entire footer, go export default function footer.
Ahmed says, do you daily coffee?
Yeah, I daily coffee. No, I daily code. Yeah, I code daily. I code every single day. Do I drink coffee though? Sometimes. If I'm needing to pick me up. Makes me a little bit too like shaky though sometimes. You guys get that with coffee? That shakiness? That's probably what you guys live for though. That's why you drink it. Okay, so footer. Export default footers, and I will say footer. And here, I'm gonna open up a footer.
Ahmed says, so no caffeine every day or anything, just sometimes?
No, I'm a soda addict. That's for sure. Let me tell you.
Ahmed says, yeah, I drink it to get anxious enough to work.
Link is not defined at footer. Oh. My work has like free coffee and stuff. Ooh, free coffee. Ooh. But no, it's um yeah, so I'll usually get that.
Heuristic says, try 6 then.
Yeah, SIGs will do it. SIGs, those just give me like those just make me spin. Like, if you ever been like on the teacup ride at Disneyland or on those like tilt-a-whirls, or that's what I feel like after a SIG. Like, woo, whoa, just dude, I like I can't do it, man.
Ahmed says, do you program better with music or in silence?
Bo, I don't know. I like music just because it helps fill that void in the back of my head. I'm constantly talking to myself in my head. I don't know if I definitely, I'm very, very internalized. I process things internally, but before I kind of like do things outright, it helps me in a lot of situations with like, biting my tongue or things like that in certain situations, or, cooling down and when I'm get hot or something. But I'm very just like internalized type of guy. So what was I gonna say? Do you program better? So, but the music kind of helps to kind of turn that off and just like program and not think about things too much. But if I'm wanting to like think about something and like process stuff, I'll turn off the music like on leak code to like really focus. But in terms of just like programming and trying to get that kind of like that static fuzz out of my brain, like for distractions, like when you're reading and you like forget what you read on the page and stuff, like I feel like that kind of helps a little bit. Now I can't read with music, no way. But I also can't work with music with words in it. That's also kind of interesting too. Is it has to be like instrumentals, whether it be like lo-fi, jazz, like it's kind of more pump-up-y type of music. It just can't have words in it. If it has words in it, my brain gets caught up on the lyrics, and then I'll get distracted. Okay, so footer. So a couple of links. Okay, so then we want to apply a link here to the GitHub.
Heuristic says, if I don't smoke since a while, then the first 6 feels like that, but then it's okay.
Yeah, that tolerance is shot at the start, right? So I'm gonna go here, let's go class. Let's make this text really small. Or I'll say text slate.
Modern Day says, I feel this, haha. I'll also jam some classic and contemporary music.
Is it 400 or 500? Say 400. 300.
Heuristic says, but I quit, so free nicotine now.
Oh, nice. You were able to kick it? That's good for you, man. A lot of people struggling with kicking those cigs. And the nicotine, especially, like on the vapes and stuff. Okay, so then... say 300. So his text center. We'll say padding Y is his...
Minicode says, bro, use windsurf, it is free with 200 credit. Modern Day says, you should check Mammal Hands or Go Penguin. Okay, I'll shush now, let you do your thinking.
What is bordered top? Oh, does that... Interesting. Bordered top just gives a single line prop of interesting. So if I remove border here, I get it's a line now. That looks pretty good. I'm learning here. So border, you can apply a border on a specific direction. I didn't know that. Border top. You give margin top of 10 just to give some spacing there. So that one.
Minicode says or use Coploid Bro. Minicode says in Xcode.
Width full, I'm gonna say height is also gonna be full. If I say border here, if I say max, so then what if I go here? Let's do a div. Right, we're gonna wrap all of this inside of this div. This is gonna be page content, home page content, class name, flex, column.
Matthew says, are you going to Shasta? Anand says, hey, I.
Flex column. And we'll say justify center items center space. And we'll say justify between. Let's say border here.
Minicode says use I to fix it, bro.
No, man. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so then... Interesting, so let's go apply a border.
Anand says let him learn minicode.
Okay, so that's why it's being truncated. So I'll say width full. Okay, here we go. So now if we say justify between. If I say gap of like 10, that pushes all these. Border. Okay, what has a border on it now still? This does. Yeah, so this is his border top on it, that's why. So how can I push these all the way apart? Items, center, justify between. No. So if I want to say, what if I say footer?
Anand says, I am planning to publish my own NPM package real soon. Been exploring what to create though.
Oh, nice, dude. Are you gonna make like your own custom components, like just like template wise? Styles, width full, items. So if I see it when you go border, page content, width full, height full. Okay, now I am going to go here and say I'm going to take this and I want to know some better structure. So let's take this, let's throw it into our, here we'll say, I have built the page, but I am trying to get the content to spread out vertically so the footer is on the bottom, etc. Okay, I want it to look very close. Main content div. Okay, so we'll say we need this min height is screen. Current screen.
Minicode says, what are you trying to do? Maybe I can help with that. Anand says, I was thinking a package to bootstrap backend projects using Express and JWT based off using multiple DB options like Mongo, MySQL, Postgres, etc. Echo25 says, thank you.
Section area. Footer section. Full. Let's see. Okay, so I think it's because we're combining with padding and margin. So let's see.
Volk says,
Margin
hi.
bottom. We'll take that off. Bottom.
Anand says, like a user can simply initialize a backend project with authentication already in place and they simply need to focus on business logic later. I will expand on different ORMs and other frameworks.
Flex column min. Height equals screen. Here for the content page. Flex, what if I say flex grow? Flex. Flex column items center. Height is the screen. So why are we having to scroll here? So actually I'm gonna make this logo this width is gonna be, height is gonna be fit. This full, say border here. So let's just do this. Let's do flex.
Lawis21 says, yo, do you use Figma for website
Flex
prototyping?
No. I'll make it all from scratch. So flex all min height screen. Item center. So if I take away this, I'm back to here. Oh, I think it's because of this margin up here, pushing it down. So if I put that back. So if I go to my nav, I get rid of margin bottom 27 here.
Anand says, why would I need a design if I can see it in a dream? Lowis21 says, what SpectroSim was for?
Pushing the contents off this page. Homepage. Okay, so let's not make this min screen then. Let's see. Okay. Interesting, so okay, so page content. So if I remove this, nothing changes with my page. Right? But if I want to move the footer down to the bottom, I have to encase this page in a interesting. I want to see what it has to offer in terms of fixes. What can I learn from it? Okay, I'm just going to I'm going to see if this actually does what I want it to do, and I'm going to see what's different from it. So I'm going to take my home there. No. Okay, so the thing is I need this to go into a div, and then the footer's at the bottom.
Says you from India.
Hey, how's it going, AI tools? So we say footer.
iTool says would you have Snapite, and if you have, so will you give me? iTool says say something, sir.
I'm just trying to figure this out. So then if I go to my nav and I remove this margin bottom, that takes it up to there. Now if I remove this, whatever this spacing is here, margin top, there. So then this has flex, flex row. On nav. There's obviously spacing up here though that's pushing this down. So I go to app. No, home, app. So I go here and I border this nav. What happens? Okay, so then it's the layout. Padding here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, okay, so then in our footer, no, not our footer, not in logo image on card, not in this one either. So in our home, I'm gonna put a,
Minicode says and hosted in GitHub.
I'm gonna do a div here, do class name, height, max height full, no, min height screen, there's nothing in here. So let me instead, let's see if we can push flex grow.
Minicode says can you see my website and rate it?
Maybe a little bit. You can put it in the Discord, we can check it out some other time. We're building right now. Okay, so flex grow cap 12. Trying to get this footer to go to the bottom of the page, but we're having to scroll.
Zuxasi says, yo, what language is that?
We're working in React right now. React with Tailwind.
Minicode says Dart.
Okay, so then why can't I border justify
Zuxasi says I only can do Lua language RN.
between justify between
Zuxasi says but I'm learning JavaScript. Zuxasi says later.
awesome, learn JavaScript later.
Monsteller69 says use min HDVH.
Min height DVH. justify between. I thought that would space them. So if I say flex column. Here we go. So if I say flex grow here. Why does that card extend? So now we have this. Why do we have to scroll though? That's what I don't get. If I go to my nav, or I go to my home page, or my layout, right? Doesn't change anything. So then here we have padding of 4. Let's do padding of 10. And here we have like 4. So then if I go to my layout though, and I remove this, six, 10. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. Let's see how it likes that. Do I have any errors or anything should be looking out for here? Fix the image path and logo images. Just absorb some logo.
Minicode says, when is the hackathon?
You and everybody else are wondering that. I don't know. We have to, A, we have to pick a subject that we all agree on, and then B, see what we want to, what time we want to build it with everybody. Let's grow. That puts that in the middle, which I don't really want. No, I want flex grow to be applied to this section here. I don't know why we're having to scroll. Yeah, I don't know why we're having to scroll. I want to see what it's suggesting here. What does it look like compared to what we have? So let's take all of this, replaced it. Interesting. So it wanted, let's see what it's suggesting here. A div for the nav on there. It wants us to go here, do a div for the nav with this. So I'm in that screen. Right? And then we can take this off. So now we make this a main instead, just for labeling. Make it flex, grow. Flex column, items, center. Remove all this stuff. Bio4 simulator. Flex row. What am I missing here? What am I missing here?
Zuxasi says, Michael, do you know about Lua coding language?
Open div. I didn't put anything inside. Put nav. All of this into here. There we go. Main. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, cool. So now what we can do is go to our AbsorbSim page. And then here we'll do a div, open this up, go to here, copy this, put that there, take all of this, put this here instead.
Zuxasi says, by the way, good job on this coding.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate your kind words. You're awesome, man. Thanks for that. AbsorbSim. There we go. Okay. So now, though, we're gonna give onto the nav. We'll give back our pad. Or here, no, here. That's where the nav is. This is the compound search section. Flex column. Nice, then on here we'll go $14. So if I go, let's do like 24. Okay, so then let's do here. Home. Here. Cutting top 24. There we go. Now I can get rid of this border. Nice. Alright. That looks really good. Now we can go to our simulator's absorb_sim page. Let's go here to the top. Let's go import footer. Let's go down here at the bottom. And here we're going to put a footer. If I put it here, so at the bottom there.
Sq1DW4 says something about writing HTML and CSS just pisses me off.
That's funny. That goes to that div. So this is going to be the main. So that doesn't pair with this div, so this is going to be main. What div does this open? Opens that. I want to open this up and put footer into here. Okay. And then this one to this div here, which is our section. So, main. So here, main. Okay. So then in main, flex grow. Beautiful. All right, that looks really good. Okay, so we were able to do this. Get a home page here with a footer, which looks really nice. Let's refresh. Let's go back about here. There we go. So we have a nice like footer here for 2025 SpectroSim built with React plus Fast API, powered by PubChem. Then we have about home, about AbsorbSim, and then we'll add in a GitHub below that. Or I don't think I'm gonna add in my footer. Let's go to the footer. Instead of having links to the pages, I'm going to have links, just one singular link to
Nug says what's coming soon.
To my GitHub for SpectroSim. Let's see, let's check the Discord. No, not yet. If you guys have any ideas for the Wackathon and want to participate, let me know. We're trying to come up with a date and an idea so we can all build a project together, or like a competition or something, or whatnot, just to have some fun. Click on this. Let's do GitHub. So how can I have this type blank? Oh. I'm gonna make a link. Target, not type. There we go. Cool.
Zuxasi says, sadly I'm a Roblox developer coder only.
That's cool. What do you like to make in Roblox? What is there to make in Roblox? I don't really know much about it. My brother used to play it like a long time ago when he was a kid, but that's all I really remember from it. Let's say GitHub footer repository. Okay, that looks really nice. That looks really nice. I like that so far. What do you guys think? So our home page, we have this. Spectroscopy simplified. We have got cards.
Says, basically like Python, but Lua is different just to make Roblox games, not webists.
Have you made any games before?
Zuxasi says, looks good.
Okay, what do you guys think we should add to the home page here? So I'm going to quickly though, let's go here, home. We got this here. Let's say border, what's this? Okay, now I'm gonna say width here is gonna be 70%. Right? And then on large, width is going to be
Zucchini
60%.
says, no, right now I still learning, but I can script mechanics, not games yet.
So we'll say large, we'll say 70%. And then here we'll say 75%. Here we'll say 80. 90. 85. Okay, so now those are a little bit closer together. You can even set this to be like 65%. There we go. So now I'll remove this border. Cool, so now you have this. You have these cards here for our different offerings of types of simulators that we have for our page. So we currently offer an SpectroSim simulator, and then we have some more that are coming soon, obviously. So you can click on the SpectroSim simulator card here and get taken to the SpectroSim compound search page, or you can come up here on the home page to simulators and go SpectroSim. Ah, look at that. Looks really good.
Acropolis 203,276 says, what's up, dude?
Hey dude, how's it going, man?
Acropolis 203,276 says, how's the leak code grind going?
A little bit bigger. I haven't done much leak code in a couple of days. I did a couple of problems off stream a little bit ago, but I think I need to get back on it. 175. So now let's go ahead and make this also 175. There we go. So now those are a little bit bigger. I don't like that. I think 170 might be a good sweet spot. And then let's do 170 here. Nice. Okay, that looks good. So now you have these cards here with some animations to, you can select on one, or this doesn't have a selector on it, so you can't select on it. And then we also have this footer down here. We can go to SpectroSim built with React plus Fast API powered by PubChem. And then we can go to the repo. Nice, that looks awesome. So let's really quickly just go to our about page. Or I'm gonna go to our home page. I'm gonna go to this guy. I'm gonna copy this. I'm actually gonna copy this in its entirety, pretty much. Why not? Go to my about page. Throw this. Ooh, get rid of the fragments. Throw that in here. And then we import nav. So we're going to then remove this. Remove. This is going to say about. So what is Spectros? Okay, we'll give it the footer, so we'll say import footer. What is spectroscopy? Nice. I'll say, give me an excerpt about what going to use some dummy chat GPT text for now, and then I'll go ahead and make my own. I want to get it in some text in there just to see what it looks like. Right, and then I'll go back through and edit this how I like it. So can you apply an indent? Can you apply a paragraph indent? Okay, class name. So you can say class name indent 8, like so, to each of the paragraphs. And then can we give a flex so then I'm gonna see what kind of options do they have for styling, like raw paragraph texts. Stylings. To polish styling and bounding. Okay, so this is some suggestions it says. So we'll say like class name, padding X is 6. Max width 4XL. MX auto. Text. Justify. Okay, spreads it out a little bit. Space Y 6. Okay.
Zuxacy says if you can make a About Us page, optional.
Indent 8. You say text large, leading, relaxed. Scientific users say the internet can matter.
Madhup says what language are you currently writing in?
React right now. What is spectroscopy? And we'll bold here. What is spectroscopy? We'll go. What is spectroscopy? Okay, that's spectroscopy involves measuring how light
Poop says, oh, so you've already mastered HTML, CSS, and JavaScript?
No, I'm a big time noob at JavaScript. But HTML and CSS we've gotten a pretty good grasp of.
Learning about task functions.
Oh, nice, dude. Transition be observed. Properties. Modern spectroscopy encompasses a wide range of techniques including UV vis, and mass fields of ranging. Nice.
Zuxasis says Lua is the easiest language in coding, though it's really straightforward, lol.
All right. Oh, this front end is really coming together here, you guys. Oh boy. Don't mind the old PJs. You guys are new here and aren't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. My name is Michael. I'm 26 years old. I stream every single day around 7 p.m. PST. Me teaching myself how to make CS. Me teaching myself CS, mathematics, programming, how to build projects from scratch. I have a fairly intermediate and fluent level of Python that I've been studying from very beginning, as I started with Harvard CS50P.
Trying to learn Python, but
yeah.
Can't focus.
Yeah, dude, I highly suggest you use this stream as a resource. So hold on, I need to turn up my stream bitrate. My bad, guys. Yeah, so I started with Harvard CS50P. I took that course over the summer of 2024, very, very part-time. And then I read I read the Python crash course live on the channel. So I created this channel and read this book live on stream, just kind of pretty much by myself. And then I started to get a couple people here and there popping in to hang out. And then we started building projects, reading data structures and algorithms in Python, reading fluent Python. And we started building our projects like and then we did Harvard CS50X.
Learn what the code does that helps.
Yeah, so I highly suggest if you're trying to learn Python, you join this community here, join my Discord, reference some of my videos on my channel. I have some solution videos to the first 4 chapters worth of try it yourself problems in Python crash course. So just very, very basic, not low level programming, but low level in terms of like knowledge, in terms of like skill. Like it's just very basic, dog, cat, car types of functions, loops, variables for you kind of understand and get a very good grasp of what Python actually does and the tools it gives you to build stuff. So I highly suggest you take a peek at those resources and join my Discord and subscribe to the channel. I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, where I graduated from Utah State back in 2021, and I currently work as a formulation chemist for a biotech company. I've got a job since right out of college back in 2021, and I work as a formulation chemist, and I make biological controls that are like used in patient diagnostics, product development, research, all types of stuff. We've been building for our most recent project this SpectroSim site, so it's pretty cool. This is our home page where we have spectroscopy simplified. We currently offer one product on the page so far, which is our AbsorbSim. We have this cool kind of effect going on with this AbsorbSim logo, which looks really nice. So we can go ahead and click on this, and this will take you to the AbsorbSim page, where you can input compound names, search for them, and you'll get data back. It's just linked in the description of the YouTube page, or the YouTube stream, so check it out there. So if you search for compounds via our PubChem database, so we're using PubChem API, we're getting a request, we're scraping it using a custom regular expression and a web scraping function I wrote, and our algorithm, and then we're populating and creating a data object for this salicylic acid. We are caching successful searches, so we don't have to repeat work on repeated searches. So we're caching on our server an object of salicylic acid with all this relevant information, and then you can actually generate the AbsorbSim, which is the absorption spectroscopy, which is kind of like where you transmit a wavelength of a light of a certain wavelength through a solution, and then you detect how much was absorbed or lost via its intensity on the other end. And so we can generate this, and as you can see, salicylic acid has 3 distinct peaks of where it experiences the most absorption, according to PubChem's database, and it has a max lambda at 207 with an epsilon of 28,000, and as you can see, that goes up to right there, and then we have these other peaks, and then we can do this for compounds like caffeine, search, generate that. And then we get caffeine appears white orderless, right? We generate the absorb, and we get those 3 peaks. Now we can do, let's say, aspirin. We can generate that one. Generate. There's aspirin. Looks really good. Now for things that are unsuccessful, like methylene blue is a compound that doesn't have any spectral data in it on PubChem. You just get error, no UV vis data found. But then if you also have for compounds, now methylene blue, even though it has no UV data, it was successfully cached because it was a compound on PubChem. We don't want to look on PubChem for it again. We've already found it, so we cached it. But for compounds like test and whatnot, that'll give you the error is not found invalid because it's not even on PubChem. Right, so next time we search up methylene blue, although it will get the error, we'll get this error really fast because it's detecting from our cache. Already 3, 2, 1, boom! Oh, it was almost instant. It detected from our cache. Whether I look up a compound like, was it cumarin? Right? See how that had a little bit of a delay to it because it did have to go through that API request call. Now if I go ahead and refresh this and do cumarin again, right, you'll see this is be almost instant. Boom. Because it got it from our cache this time around locally rather than using the API, scraping it, extracting, grouping, and then serving that back. No, it used our cache and we can generate the compound stuff much, much faster on a second go around basically. So we've improved our algorithm that way, and so we've gotten a successful site here for our absorption spectroscopy, which looks really cool. We added in this little footer here, so 2025 SpectroSim built with React, fast API powered by PubChem GitHub repository with a link to our GitHub repository, which is really awesome. And then we have an about section, which is just a simple little page here for an about. And then we have a home section here, which is, like I said earlier, where we have that cool little logo kind of highlighting going on here for our different products that we offer on this page. And then obviously we have some more coming soon that for for different types of spectroscopy that we'll develop in the future. So this looks really, really, really awesome. And let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about it so far? You guys think we should add anything, remove stuff? What do you guys like about it so far? Please, please, please let me know what you guys think.
Marup says, the whole website looks really
nice. Looks really well done.
Zuxasi says, Michael Deming did it. The future will be wanting additive coders job demand. Zuxasi says, it's really cool, Michael.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you guys. Marup and Zuxasi, Ray. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it looks really awesome so far. Do you know the future will be wanting a lot of coder jobs? I don't know. A lot of people have been having a lot of speculations about their jobs, with coding. My philosophy is I'm honestly not too worried about that kind of stuff. I can be a little bit ignorant, I guess, or, because I do have a job in an adjacent field of biochemistry, rather, in a STEM field. So it's not like I'm, coming out of college with a CS degree and that's all I know and I can't find work. I'm coming at this from an already employed field. So I do have that liberty, which I am grateful for, and I do acknowledge, that, privilege I have for this. And that allows me to kind of come at this with more of a relaxed mindset where I'm learning to learn. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not pressured. I'm not having to learn by a certain deadline because I need to get a job to pay bills, to feed my family. No. I'm just learning to have fun and, and whatnot, because I'm already supported by my my main occupation. So, but that's just kind of the privilege that I do have in this certain circumstance, which I am very, very grateful for and do acknowledge for sure. But I kind of leave that all up to, the whole kind of job speculation stuff. I kind of just let that up to fate, I honestly, my kind of philosophy with it is that, along the whole AI thing or whatever, is that, I think people that are really worried about AI, taking their jobs are the people that truly actually don't like coding and don't want to see coding and computer science improve. They if they see the AI as a threat to them, then they might not just be very skilled in their own knowledge and whatnot. Now that might be a hard take, and now I don't have a ton of experience, in that field with actual devs and whatnot. So yes, it is a hard take, but my hard take is that I think that by just actually enjoying the process of coding and wanting to see it, prosper and grow in whatever angle it takes, and just following that, you will find success, or at least you can. That might be your best avenue too. So that's at least what I'm trying to do here. Just let my enjoyment for coding and actually building things speak for itself, and not, worry about all that naysay about, things are coming for my job, when I honestly don't think that's really super accurate. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We streamed for 2 hours and 41 minutes. We successfully pretty much got our entire front end done for the most part, which is really cool. Now there's obviously maybe some bugs here or there we've got to polish up, and styles we need to fix here and there that we might want to come back to and try again on. But for right now, we have the full,
I'm happy I found your live today, can't lie. I'm heading out now, but I'm subscribed now with notice on, so I'll definitely
nice, dude.
every night.
Yeah, use this stream as an opportunity to study along with me, right? So I've been learning a lot over these past, 6 or 7 months. I've been streaming every single day, but a year, I stream every single day around 7 p.m. PST. So let's go ahead and push this up here. All right, let's go here, get status. We're on our dev, get add. Let's go ahead and say finalized or styled home and about pages, fixed styling.
Zuxasi says, I'm glad I found you were a chill and cool coder.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I try to just keep it chill and just hang out and just learn. My whole I say this a lot, my philosophy. My whole goal here is just to learn as much as I can in a relaxed setting. I'm currently diving into Calculus 1. We're almost wrapping up with Unit 1 in Calculus 1. Oh, it's just late night jazz noir. So if you just look up on YouTube, late night jazz, you'll get something like this. Fixed styling, universally fixed. We'll just say that's fine. Get push. Okay, then we'll go get checkout main, get merge dev, get push. All right, get status on main, get checkout dev, get status on dev. All good. Let's go over here to our GitHub. If you guys aren't following me on GitHub, please do so. I have a lot of cool community projects like the Small Business Manager, the Chroma Plot, and I'll also make the SpectroSim, open it up to my community for an open source project, which you can access in my Discord and on my GitHub. So for all my projects, the main ones that I really like, so the most recent ones, the Chroma Plot, the Small Business Manager, and now this one, SpectroSim, I'm opening up as open source for you guys to also get the code, submit pull requests, and add your own features and become a contributor, and use that as evidence for your own job search and whatnot. So I think we have a cool opportunity of having over 550, almost 600 people in the Discord, but almost 2,500 people on the YouTube here. We can all put our brains together, and if you want to contribute even just something small on the project, you can use that as leverage to, I contributed on an open source project with over 100 contributors on it for this SpectroSim. You can reference it on your resume directly. I have no problem with that. We're all community here, so when I open it up and you want to use it, feel free to do so. A lot of people in the Discord have actually started to submit pull requests for the Small Business Manager to help. I think a lot of people are using that opportunity, which is cool. We have here. So if you're wanting to showcase maybe some community work and to recruiters, this is an opportunity to do so. Okay, let's make sure we got credit for today. Profile. June 8th, 1 contribution, good. I need to commit more often. I'm so bad at just doing tons of stuff off of all these files and then committing just one mass commit. It's so bad.
That's cool, thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, join the Discord here. I'll give you guys shouts for new members. Shout out Air, Xylo, X-Ray. Some people have their stuff hidden, but it's okay. I also sometimes give my my stock plays here in the in the chat here. We've been doing pretty well in the stock market this year.
Already joined the Discord.
Nice, dude. Thanks. All right, you guys. So we have SpectroSim front end pretty much built here. Really productive 2 hours and 45 minutes. We built a ton today. A whole front end page or home page, adding in these individual card features with hovering effects, a footer with linkage, an about section linking that together, and then also restyling the overarching kind of nav and margin spacing of the site as a whole. So it looks really good. Let's just do one quick check. Let's just do one quick check on iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Did you already do the backend, or are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I've already done the backend. So as you can see here, you can search for compounds. This queries PubChem API for the compound name. If successful, we generate a compound off of it and cache that successful compound search, so we no longer have to do repeated work and do multiple API requests and exhaust our our limits. So we do salicylic acid. You get a cool It from our cache, it pulled up the kind of profile of this compound. And then you can generate its absorption simulator and generate its wavelength absorption indicators with this cool chart here, which looks really nice. So I'm super happy about this so far.
Zuxasi says, Michael, any tips if you want to learn Python from a video? What do you recommend?
Honestly, if I was going to learn Python, I would highly suggest you bypass the videos. If you're going to look at videos, maybe take a peek at mine because I'm biased to my try it yourself problems. But I highly suggest you just need to read this book. Now, people really they don't like reading nowadays. In my opinion, I think reading, if you're able to just, I don't know, there's something about reading that a lot of people might agree with. I've had people on my channel agree with me that there's something about reading textbooks on programming that just helps you kind of interpret the language of programming in your own way, and by having to deduce it and problem solve while reading, I don't know, I felt like my progression in terms of understanding and fluency and just being able to type and code just without having to look things up has gone up drastically. Now, I think that's just because I was developing the skills of understanding what I was reading and coding just by interpreting the languages of words rather than watching videos and just replicating what other people have done. Now, the videos are great for getting examples of certain things and maybe practice problems and seeing how those work. But this is a Python crash course. I have a link to the book in my Discord. So there's a section in the Python section for everything. I highly suggest you do this as well as take Harvard CS50P. So I did those two in tandem. I took Harvard CS50P and then I read this book to solidify that knowledge, and it really so I took the Harvard CS50P, there was some gaps, and then I read this book and it just filled everything in and more. It gave me really good practice problems to try it yourselves of simple dog, cat, car, examples in terms of variables 2 dogs or 3 cats or whatever. It makes it kind of more elementary like that, and yeah, it's kind of more kiddie, but honestly breaking it down into those more kiddie concepts really helps to when you're going into more advanced things. My whole goal was I did not want to have to go look up basic terminology and basic fundamentals of Python when going and trying to learn harder, more advanced things on LeetCode, data structures, system design, all that, machine learning. I didn't want to be bottlenecked by my beginner, more basic knowledge when going to solidify that with harder material. So I wanted to be fluent in the beginning stuff in functions, loops, classes, variables, and then I started reading Fluent Python. Fluent Python is like Python crash course, but it takes it up a notch, a pretty big notch in terms of it adds a lot more intermediate and advanced Python terminology. We've gotten about 200 pages into this book, and the first 200 pages is all about more object-oriented stuff, the Dunder special methods in Python, which is where basically how you customize your classes to interact and use the operators that Python provides, like plus, minus, multiplication. Like, how can I have my class use the multiplication operator to create more classes if I want to? I can customize that using these dunder special methods. Or how can I combine two class objects together with the plus operator? Well, Python doesn't know how to combine your custom class objects together with the plus operator like it does with two integer class objects, because Python is object oriented with ints and with all those types of objects. And so you have to specify with those special methods, how you want those to interact, or how you want to look up your object with indexes and things like that. So that's what Fluent Python gets into: list comprehension, dictionary comprehension, generator comprehensions, tons of more stuff that we need to get into. And then we've also been reading data structures and algorithms in Python, just the PDF version here, right here. Right, just the PDF version here. We're on page like 470 almost in these trees, binary search trees. This is what really got me kind of more introduction into solving some leak code problems and getting more comfortable with those and understanding leak code problems, and more specifically tying that into Python. Now I will say this book is very, very dense. It's pretty hard to, you'll take like 30 minutes to get through like a couple of pages, just because like it has all these examples, actual like code examples, pseudo code examples to work through. So I will say though, that if you do a lot, like an hour, don't expect to get like that far into this book, because I think I did like an hour sessions for a few while, and I only got through like 5 or so pages in like an hour. Like, it's pretty dense stuff. So anyways, you guys, everything can be found in my Discord link down below. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. We are successfully built and completed basically the entire front end. Now we can continually add new features, add more products, add more, design to our front end here. But we have a good working front end to where we can now actually launch the product. I think we're ready. So, which is really, really awesome. We're ready to kind of launch our product. Load up and host our backend on somewhere, load up our front end on somewhere, and sync them together. And yeah, I'm super excited that we're able to do this. We can generate compounds, go home, go to the SpectroSim, go to the about page. Looks really, really good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please subscribe if you're new. My name is Michael. I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I teach myself how to program every single day. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Ray says later, everyone.